Aries, I'm so excited to be here with you guys. I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I feel like the Aries energy has been really strong. In a lot of my readings, I've been being followed around by the Emperor, which does represent Aries. Alright, there's something that's being held onto, something that didn't go the way that she wanted it to. Something could have even fallen through. Like plans, you were supposed to see someone, maybe you didn't get a chance to. You may feel left out of something you wanted to participate in, potentially. But maybe you had reasons for not doing this. Like maybe for your own good, you didn't participate in something, but you still kind of feel like you missed out. We're starting off with the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups means that there's still some residual feelings that are being held on to. Ones that we don't feel good necessarily when we hold on to them, but there's something strong, sometimes overpowering. Related to a group of people. Yeah, for some reason I'm getting a vibe of missing out on something. But yeah, I feel like there are specific reasons why you weren't there, or why you weren't participating in. Aries, you feel sad and heartbroken over something. Yeah, something did not go your way. This card is like, oh, I wish that things had gone differently. I really wish that, like, this would have been different, or that would have been different, or, like, my expectations were so totally let down by this experience. Feeling heartbroken. This is something that has deeply impacted you. Maybe you also... Honestly, Aries, what it feels like is there was a situation and maybe somebody, because I don't want to say it in a way where it's like, oh, you just weren't getting attention, but it feels almost like you could have been in a situation and like someone didn't prioritize you or make you feel special in a way that you had hoped that they would. That's what this looks like to me, because I'm seeing there be other energies, and it's like I'm seeing you be separated from like this group of people even, or these other energies around you. There's a sense of you being kind of alone. I'm gonna get further and see why this is. I'm so sad. Everybody better be nice to Aries. You're gonna feel better. You're walking away from this. Honestly, it seems like a situation that every time you look at it or energetically are involved in it, or every time you remember an instance of this, it just hurts. And so I'm seeing you kind of brush yourself off and be like, why am I sticking around for this? It's almost like you had the time to feel how you felt about this, and now you're kind of coming to your senses even. Like, I'm seeing you just walk away from a situation where you were like, that's not how I want to be treated. That I don't feel empowered by that. I don't feel valued in that situation. I am really getting this thing here about, like, there was some way that you could have, and it doesn't feel like an ego sense of you just being like, I want to be the center of attention. I'm seeing like there was something that like you could have been even noticed for something that you did, or like recognized even, and that you didn't get some sort of recognition. There's a sense of feeling unseen here. This is what I'm feeling so deeply from your energy. And it's almost like it kind of feels like the people that you're around, that you had been around in this scenario, it feels like they're too like consumed with what they're doing and maybe not very present and maybe not able to see you because of that. And I mean, regardless of the reason, this is about you walking away from a situation that is not one of healing. This is not one that promotes a sense of growth or a sense of empowerment. And that's ultimately why you're walking away from it. And I'm seeing like that is the empowering move here, because you're like, why am I staying here where my heart chakra is feeling blocked and closed off? And it's ultimately coming from a place of not feeling seen. But you're walking straight towards your happiness, actually. And it looks like you actually making the decision to walk away from something that just reminds you and brings a further sense of pain. That's what the karmic test is for you. This may be a group of people that you socialize with. I'm hearing socialize strongly. And that may make it hard, because sometimes too, when we walk away from a group we had been identifying with, sometimes we shed part of our identity. And even though I'm not really seeing that be so much a problem for you, particularly Aries, there's also still a sense of being like, yeah, I am walking away from this thing. It gives you the chance to like rediscover yourself in a way. So I'm not really seeing that so much be what you're caught up in. But maybe like in a sentimental way, low key, you may be feeling that because you're walking away from these people. This can even be a lifestyle. It doesn't have to just be people. It can be like a scene that you had been in, an activity. It was something that didn't feel good to you. It was something that like brought about more pain for you. You could have even been reliving things. Like this could have been a situation for some. This is a situation that like if you even had some sort of like so-called bad or traumatic experience, this could have, you going back in a situation with this could have been reinforcing that for you even, is what I'm seeing too. It's like you going back into a triggering situation. It's something that kind of, I'm seeing like a wound that wants to heal, but it kind of feels like you're going back into a situation where like the scab keeps being pulled off, so it's like not able to heal. Sorry, that's kind of gruesome, but that's what I was getting. So I'm just the messenger. Okay, so we're shifting into a more outgoing energy. Maybe you're going to be having more conversations with people. It feels like you want to be taken seriously for something that you're doing verbally. You may also be more serious about something that you want and more direct about that. I'm seeing it have to do with like something that you're reaching for. Nobody's going to talk you out of this. I'm just picking that up. If you hear rustling around, it is O. O is my cat, for anyone that doesn't know. She likes to entertain me while I do the readings. Okay. It seems like you have a lot of things coming to you, and you may already be aware of this, and it seems like your intelligence and a sense of savviness is going to help you see through things clearly. I'm almost seeing like the world offer you some type of puzzle. So maybe if we're seeing this like a game, it can be fun rather than something like doomful. Is that even a word? Something, I don't know. That seems daunting. So something's coming up, but what I'm getting is that the preface is that you are well equipped to handle what this is coming through. Because I'm seeing a problem solving type of energy for something that may kind of throw you off in an emotional sense. But it seems like your intellect and your processing and how you go about doing that, that's actually what's going to help you. And you also being like very open verbally. This is like a completely cleared throat chakra here. That's going to help you with something involving the heart chakra. Something going on with work, job. I'm also hearing attitude. Seems like it's something you need to think about. You can't jump right in yet. It's kind of like you want to jump into the pond, but the ice has not thawed yet, and so you can't get through into the water. This is what I'm seeing here. Aries, we're getting such interesting metaphors. Are you also disappointed because something didn't work out financially for you, too? Like, you could have been in some type of job and, like, been doing a job even with your friends or your coworkers, and now you have to walk away from it. Like, it's something that you can't keep doing. This may also be hard. Like, you could also feel disappointed by that because it's not working out. Either way you cut it, something did not meet your expectations, and I'm seeing there be some sort of issue with someone connected to someone financially, you and someone. So this can be like somebody that was paying you, this can be customers, this could be a boss, it can be a company, it's a father figure for some. This could be somebody even you were living with, or even friends with. But yeah, money is tied in with this, or the home. But I'm seeing it more so be someone related to your finances. Or this is also a position that you had been in. So it's related to the career, work, job sense in that way. Seems like there's some sort of exploration that's going to be going on when it comes to your identity and your career and how you're going to be expanding. Something that you need to see still. I'm looking at Neptune specifically here. It seems like you want to wait to make decisions because you still need more information. You sitting and waiting. Yeah, I said Aries. You sitting and waiting and being patient. My moon is in Aries. I have a lot of Aries placements. I understand the issue with being patient, how difficult it can be. This is what's needed right now for you related to whatever this career job setting thing is. That's what's going to help you actually, because there's more information you need and it's going to help you see the full picture. And for some reason you don't have everything available to you to be able to make everything out. So you don't want to prematurely make a decision yet, is what I'm getting. You may feel like something is delayed as well. This is divine timing. Ooh, something's coming to an end. Something you're going to be releasing. For some of you, if this is not an energy outside of yourself, because I'm just getting this really quickly. If you had been having issues related to work where for whatever reason the shadow was involved in what you were doing, this would be like a subconscious energy. This is one that would be an energy that like say you're trying to build a career or a company or stick with something, because the King of Pentacles is reliable, consistent, somebody that consistently shows up, gets the work done. This is somebody that is able to independently provide for themselves. It's an energy that you can trust. It's like if you had to call anybody at 3 o'clock in the morning, this person will show up for you. That's the type of vibe of this. It's like someone that lets you crash at their house when you need a place to stay, like those types of things. If some part of you had not been allowing you to be within that energy, so a part of you, I'm getting that this is part of the shadow, had been interrupting or making it more difficult for you to be consistent, for you to be reliable, for you to show up when you say you will and follow through with the things you're committing to like make good on what you're saying and the promises and all of that, and like just to show up in general. It seems like there may have been something going on, like subconsciously or shadow related even. This is like an energy that kind of sabotages what it is that you're building, what you're trying to create. So if this is part of you, that may be something that you're putting to an end now, because you're recognizing that like whatever cycle and whatever this is too, because this can be like, you could have been, I'm hearing sneaking off, you could have been like doing something that was getting in the way of you working consistently. And it may have been something that, like, you maybe didn't want to consciously admit was, like, affecting your ability to be consistent and doing work and showing up in the way that you needed to. This can even be a sense of laziness, too. Or, like, even having a temper at times and, like, being impatient. It's like you're trying to build something and, like, you get mad because it's taking so long, so you just wreck the whole thing. So it can be anything like that. It doesn't have to be anything major. It's all just going to depend for each of you what that is. And we all have the aspect of the saboteur within our own energy. It's a subconscious, like, impulsive type of energy that is hard to pin down at times. But the thing is that I'm seeing something being recognized and something ending. If this is someone outside of yourself, this would be someone that's affecting what you're doing with work and your progress and things going on with your job and your ability to independently make money or to perform your job in the way that you want to. I will say this, regardless of any of the energies around you, I think that this is all going to come back to you and what you can do for yourself and for the energy you're around. And it seems like you may find that there's some distractions within the environment that, even though they may be fun to be around at times, they're actually really impacting you in an unwanted way. And so that may be what this whole movement is that's happening. Like, you may even feel like you're lacking a type of support that you want. So this is also about exploring that, but that also means too that if you want consistent support, you may possibly also need to consistently be able to give that to a person or a group of people, depending on your situation. It's not always like that, but yeah. Let's see what else is going on. Whatever group of people this is, or that activity that we were talking about moving away from, you may not have realized that you need to do this yet, but you are coming to understand that, and this is all a big karmic test for you. It's related to your fulfillment and your happiness, and it's something that's going to bring you, lead you. I'm kind of seeing your, like, your higher self, like, come back and hold your hand and carry you over into this spot of the Queen of Wands here. You're going to feel more confident for doing this. You're also going to have to call something out. Like, there's something that if you had been avoiding addressing something or having a particular conversation or calling something out or naming something or consciously understanding something or bringing it to the front, this is going to need to happen, because I'm seeing a very big end happen here, and I'm seeing you be the one that's in charge of this. And it's something that you are really breaking the chains with for yourself. It's something that's been keeping you in a cycle that has been repetitive and unhealthy, and it looks painful as well. I feel like there's some type of questioning that you're doing when it comes to where you're standing morally with things as well. Like, is this bad for me? Is this against my morals? Like, is that not against my morals? Like, I'm seeing some type of even like philosophical or spiritual crisis that's happening. I don't know if crisis is too intense of a word, but it seems like there's a lot of like confusion, questioning, trying to understand like where you stand as far as like your internal authority and your belief system, and how that also relates to the saboteur energy. Again, it's something that all of us have within us. It's kind of like, I feel like there's something happening here, and it's related to you developing your moral compass, because that may have been something that, I don't know, wasn't being prioritized, but now it seems like it's something that you can't really shy away from anymore, that has to be addressed. It seems like it's kind of like haunting you a little bit, even with the Hierophant. It's like every way you look, you're recognizing that this is something that like impacts your life on a whole, and it's something that needs to be addressed. I feel like this is very much related to like your belief system and your personal morals. So it's like you're also not really going to be able to maybe this is why it's also been difficult. You can't find the answers to this anywhere. This is all about you checking in with yourself and being like, well, what do I feel empowered by? What is not a good situation for me to be involved in? What do I impulsively jump towards? Like, is this part of my shadow? Is this harmless? Is this harmful? For me personally, like, this is all for you personally. And again, you're the only one that can give yourself the answers to this. So it's all about you having that dialogue with yourself and checking in that way. I'm looking at Taurus and Neptune here. Neptune rules Pisces. It looks like there's some attachments that you're going to be letting go of. And attachments can be anything. Attachments can be social media, or overeating, or undereating, or you exercise too much, or not enough, or the codependency. It can be anything, really. But yeah, it feels like something that you recognize isn't great for you to be doing. Again, for you personally. There's no like whole big set of right or wrong. It's just what you have developed for yourself and what you recognize as being healthy and encouraging growth and empowering for you versus what you feel disempowered by and what feels unhealthy to you. So this is what I'm seeing here. Very interesting. So a little bit of social change, possibly things relating to the job, and also something going on with your existential philosophical questioning. Looks like a lot of movement is happening though. All right, my friends, we're going to end it here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.